Hello everyone, welcome to ProMATLAB, the channel for knowledge seekers. So this is our first video. What you are going to see in this first video, uh, the basics of MATLAB. Let's get started. MATLAB. What is MATLAB? MATLAB is nothing but Matrix Laboratory. It's a high performance, high level scientific programming software package used to perform heavy numeric computations and graphical visualization. So in what way it is different from other programming languages? Here the basic element is a matrix. Matrix arrays doesn't require pre-dimensioning. So the very big advantage of MATLAB and why it looks simpler is this one. So the basic element is a matrix. So if you know the syntax of how to enter matrix in MATLAB, just programming will be simpler. Also, there is no object code file generated while compiling MATLAB codes. So what are the uses of MATLAB? The uses of MATLAB are numerous. It integrates programming, computation, visualization in an easy to use environment. That is, in a single environment you can do a programming, you can perform complex math operations, just you can develop algorithms, you can simulate your uh, circuits, you can simulate your code, you can develop a prototype model, just you can develop a complete application with the GUI facilities. Also you can do data analysis, exploration and visualization. So it's a very advantageous and very simpler and good tool to learn for engineers. So what are the basic things we can see in the MATLAB user interface? So usually the interface is divided into four windows: the command window, workspace window, command history window and current folder window. While doing hands-on in the MATLAB, just you will be familiar with these windows. Before that, just know what is a command window. It executes single line commands and evaluate expressions. What the workspace will do, keep track of all defined variables. Command history, it will keep track of all the history commands you have used so far. Then current folder, it will list all files that are directly available for MATLAB use. So what I am going to cover in this particular course, just I have divided this into two parts. One is beginner level and advanced level. In the beginner level, just we'll learn subjects with MATLAB. For example, circuit theory, how to solve circuit theory problems in MATLAB, electronic circuit, how to simulate electronic circuits, how to design control system for using MATLAB, also how to develop controllers, fuzzy controllers, neural controllers for our system. In the second part, let's try to develop a complete system, a project of using renewable systems, power electronics, etc. Let's get started with the basics of MATLAB programming. We have addition. The plus symbol is used to add two numbers, subtraction, minus symbol, multiplication, asterisk symbol, division, power symbol, transpose. Very frequently used functions I have listed, but we have many more functions. So in this level, just it is enough to see this functions. While we go for complex manipulations, I will introduce the functions, other functions. So let's see how to define sine, inverse of sine, cos, cos inverse. So the one thing you have to remember is you have to enter the angle in radians. That is very important. You have to enter only in radians. Sine function, just sine of the angle in radians. Similarly, you know, take sine inverse, a sine, cos, a cos for inverse, inv. So here it's a small letter inv. So inverse of something, exponent, exponentiation of exponentiation ABS, absolute value. So these are the two letters used to represent complex numbers. In electrical engineering, we'll follow J notation instead of I notation because I is the symbol used to represent current. So coming to useful constants, just INF means infinity. NaN means not a number. EPS means machine epsilon. ANS means most recent unassigned answer. So you can this variable will hold the result of most recent calculation pi, the value 3.14. Just these things, the pi is what we have seen in calculators. So another very important task we'll frequently do is plotting. So if I want to plot IV characteristics of a diode, just you can use this plot command. So the main thing you have to consider here is while using plot command, the x variable just will have one set of values stored in one array as a vector, another set of values stored in another vector. The size of the two must match. That's very very important. If both are of same size, then only it will plot. Just you can give name for the x axis, you can name the y axis, you can give title for your plot. Just you can show your plot in a grid. Just you can define axis property. Just if you want stem plotting, then you can use this particular function. So if you want to divide your plot into many subplots, just you can go for subplot command. So how to represent real numbers in MATLAB? So you can see in the command window, you can see two greater than symbols. You have to enter commands there only. So while we have hands-on, just these things will be very very easier for you. Just see how to enter this number in scientific notation. Just I will explain while we come to MATLAB hands-on. So vectors must be defined within square bracket. The elements must be separated by spaces. Suppose if you want to create a vector with equally spaced elements. So in that case, instead of defining each and every element manually, just you can go for this colon notation. So this colon notation must follow certain procedure. The starting element colon, the increment value must be placed in the middle. Please remember the increment value, say for example 4 plus 1, that is the next element. 5 plus 1 is the next element. So the increment value must be placed in the middle, followed by colon notation. This is the end element. So what will happen means 4 plus 1, 4 plus 2, likewise the elements will be created up to 7. So this will produce the same result as shown earlier, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I want number of set of elements to be generated between two elements, first element and last element, so you can go for this command linspace, linspace. So this command linspace is to generate a set of elements between the first element and last element. For example, if I want to generate 100 elements between 1 and 50. So the first element, the format is linspace 1 comma 50 comma I want to generate 100 elements. So this default value for number of elements is 100. So if you want to generate 100 elements, no need to put that 100 again. So it's enough to put the first element and last element. You can skip the number of elements. For example, if you want to generate 50 elements between first element and last element, just you have to put that number. The spacing between these elements can be calculated by the formula last elements minus first element divided by number of elements minus 1. How to perform array operations? If x and y are array of same length, you can perform element wise addition, subtraction, multiplication, division and power. So element wise power, I have given how to perform element wise power. So definitely it's different from addition and subtraction. So if the size of A and B, if you want to if you want to add two arrays A and B, means if the size matches, you can perform addition subtraction. But in order to carry out multiplication, division, power, you have to follow a different notation. Here A dot, so this dot power represents element wise power. If you want to multiply two arrays of equal size, A dot asterisk. So here element wise multiplication. So you can perform elements wise division. So please remember, so in order to perform multiplication, division and power, just you have to use this notation. Element wise multiplication, division and power. Representation of matrices. So just similar to the representation of arrays, the elements must be enclosed within square brackets. Just you have to begin a square bracket, you can enter the elements, but here the rows are separated by semicolons. So at the end of each row you have to place a semicolon. So in order to separate the columns, just either you can go for spaces or commas, but spaces are the very convenient notation to enter, so just I will go for spaces notation. Suppose if I want to define a matrix say X with a size 3 by 3, so this is a representation, square bracket, open square bracket, first element, second element, third element, all are separated by spaces. So at the end of each row you have to place a semicolon, first row, second row, third row. So at the end just you have to place a square bracket. How to address elements in a matrix? So already we have seen how to address an element in array. Here we need two index, first index for row and second index for column, but in case of arrays we need only one. So in order to find the position of a particular element, here 2, the first I represents the row, second one represents the column. For example, if I want to get the element which is placed in third row second column, it will print the element present in third row second column. But suppose if I want to get a portion of a matrix, so this is the representation, this is the form, this is the syntax you have to follow. The X matrix, just how many rows we need in the given matrix n by n cross m matrix, how many rows we want. So for example, if I want the rows between 1 and 3, how many columns you need, the first column through second column. So this will retrieve a portion of a matrix. So you can perform matrix operations, addition, subtraction, very simple procedure. But here also, while doing multiplication and division, just you have to be very careful. So here multiplication, as you have studied in linear algebra, the order must match, the size of the matrix must match in order to perform multiplication. So also the order is very important. Here the division can be performed in two different ways. One is by backslash, another is by slash. Assume A is a non-singular matrix. Non-singular matrix means the determinant is not equal to 0. So only when this matrix is non-singular, then you can perform these things. So first one is by A backslash representation. So A backslash B, how it is calculated? A backslash B notation will be calculated in this order. First inverse of A matrix is calculated, then please also note the order of operation. First inverse of A is calculated, then it is multiplied with B. Suppose if you want to perform like this, if you want to change the order of the operation, B multiplied by inverse of A, Then you have to go for the slash command a slash b. This representation will be carried out like this. Please note the order of operation: b multiplied by inverse of a. Let's get started. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign a variable, say x, with a constant value of 5. So this is a format: x is equal to 5. What will happen? A variable named x is created and this value of constant 5 is assigned to that variable. Similarly, just you can assign any value to variables. Like another variable is defined with the value of constant value of 0.9900. So you can perform multiplication, addition, division, etc., etc. Just already we discussed about various mathematical operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, power can be performed. For example, here I am going to multiply these two. So x and y values multiplied and the result is 4.9500. Here you can notice ANS is equal to 4.9500. What is ANS? So as we have seen in calculators, ANS is a variable which will keep track of the recently calculated value. It will keep stores the recently calculated value. For example, if you do perform division, so sorry, MATLAB is case sensitive. Capital X is different from small x, so it will perform division also. So simply the command line itself you can perform various tasks, you can execute tasks. Next let's go to the representation of scientific notation. For example, I want to enter the value, say 1 kilo ohm. So what is our usual notation? 1 multiplied by 10 to the power of 3. So this is our usual notation. So either you can go for this notation or another simpler notation is available. 1 e, the letter e represents the exponent. So here you can simply enter either a positive or negative exponent here. So it's same as that of the previous notation. So comparatively this notation will be simpler. If I want to enter the value of 1 microfarad capacitor, so same 1, value of the capacitor is 1 micro, so e to the power of minus 6. So this is a notation, 1 microfarad capacitor. So likewise you can enter scientific you can enter values in the scientific notation by using e. Next, how to enter complex numbers. So the same procedure what you have followed in calculators. So the real part plus the imaginary part followed by either I or J. So here in electrical engineering calculations you will use letter I for representation of current. I is the letter used to represent current, so I'll go for J notation. So now we have defined a complex number. So you can similarly you can perform complex addition, subtraction, likewise you can do. Then coming to representation of array. So how to represent an array? So arrays must be enclosed within square brackets. So you have to open a square bracket and you have to place the elements. The elements must be separated by spaces. The elements must be separated by spaces. So here I am going to define array of 4 elements, 2, 4, 7 and 90. So at the end of the array definition you have to again close the square bracket. Now we have defined array of size 4 with values 2, 4, 7, 9. Suppose if I want to address a particular element in this array, just this is a format. Here A open bracket. Here you have to represent the element. It will start from 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. For example, if I want to get the fourth element, so you have to place like this. Next, I'm going to define another array B for further manipulations. Okay, I defined another array with four elements. In the end of the definition, just I'm going to put the semicolon. So what will happen means this semicolon will not let the array B be again printed on the command window. So it's not printed here, just it is we have assigned array B. How to add two arrays. So already I have defined two arrays A and B. I'm going to add those two arrays A plus B. So this operation will add A array with B array. So here you can notice the first element of array A is 2, the first element of array B is 3. So 2 plus 3 is added and the first element of the result is 5. Similarly, the corresponding elements, second element and second element, third element, fourth element with the fourth element is added and a new array is created. Similarly, you can perform the subtraction operation. So B, for example, if I want to subtract two arrays, so this is a format. You can subtract two arrays. But coming to multiplication and division, you have to use a different notation because element wise multiplication how to be division and how these two operations must be followed with some uh, different procedure. Here this is a format, so this dot represents element wise multiplication with B. So what will happen, this dot is very important, but in case of addition subtraction just simply you can put the operator in between the two arrays, but here it is not. So this dot multiplication symbol represents element wise multiplication. First element of A is multiplied by with B, first element of B. So you can check, first element of A is 2, first element of B is 3. So 2 into 3 is equal to 6. Likewise, other things are carried out. Similarly for division, element wise division with B. So the first element of A is divided by the first element of B matrix, 2 by 3. Likewise, it will carry out for the remaining elements. So coming to the power, just if I want to square each element in the array A. So this is element wise power dot power operator 2. I am going to square each element. You can take cube or you can take square root. So each element in the array is squared. A array is squared. For the beginner level, so these are the operations with that we can carry out. So if needed, just will introduce other functions. Okay. So next, going to matrix representation. How to represent a matrix? Let's clear this. I want to clear that variables also. Clear all. Sorry. It's case sensitive. We clear with the capital letter and small letter. Let's define a matrix, say A. If I want to define a 3 by 3 matrix, all the elements must be enclosed within square bracket. So open a square bracket. So I want to enter the first row. The first element and second element must be separated by spaces or commas. But space is very easy, just we can go for that. Second row, the elements are separated by spaces and the row is separated from the other rows with semicolon. I have created a 3 by 3 matrix, A matrix. Let's create another matrix, B matrix. B, semicolon, first row, second row, third row. I have created another matrix. I don't want it to be printed on the command window. Just I'm putting a semicolon, just I'm ending. So I have defined two matrices A and B. Just let's perform other operations with the matrices A and B. So adding two matrix very simple, as in case of arrays, put A plus B. Its sizes are matching, so simply put A plus B. You can subtract matrices A minus B. So but coming to multiplication and division, just order is very important. Both are of same size, no problem, just I can multiply. So the size of A and B matches, so I can multiply. The size doesn't match, just you have to be careful. Order is very important while doing multiplication. Coming to division, so the division can be performed in two ways, using slash and backslash. So before that you should know, is it possible to take inverse for A? If it is not a singular matrix, then you can calculate the inverse of A. So it's a singular. Matrix is singular, so we cannot get inverse for that. So let's try for B. Okay, just we can calculate inverse of B. So now let's do this. So in order to multiply, for example, A divided by B, A divided by B. So in order to perform A divided by B, just this is the procedure. So A multiplied by inverse of B. So what we'll do in linear algebra, just will take the inverse of the matrix, the denominator matrix, and you will multiply with the other. So how to carry out this using slash and backslashes? So first let's try with backslash. First you have to put the denominator matrix B backslash A. How this will be carried out? First it will calculate the inverse of B matrix, then it will multiply it with A matrix. So you will get a different result, because first the order will differ. Just first you'll take the inverse of that, and it will be multiplied by with A. So coming to the slash, just you have to put like this. Here A multiplied by A slash B. What will happen? A multiplied with inverse of B is calculated. So you can match with this result. First A matrix multiplied by inverse of B matrix. So you can perform the division by using either slash or backslash. In the backslash, just the denominator matrix must be placed first, and after the backslash you have to place the numerator. So what will happen? Inverse of B is calculated. The order is B, inverse of B multiplied by A. Here the order is A multiplied by inverse of B. So you have to be careful what is your order requirement. Then based on that you can either go for B slash A or A slash B. Okay, let's go for other matrix related operations functions. So this function I, what will it will return us, it will form a matrix of size defined within this brackets. For example, 3 comma 3 means 3 cross 3 matrix with all the diagonal elements set to 1. So you can also create a matrix of size, defined size, um, matrix of defined size with all elements set to 0. Just you have to define the size within the brackets. So it will generate a 3 by 3 matrix of with all elements set to 0. Now coming to other function ones of the size of the matrix. So it will return a matrix of size 3 by 3 with all elements set to 1. Okay, with that we'll close the session. The next part just will start discussing the remaining operations, how to form loops and how to write a script using MATLAB. Thank you.